Hello everybody, Mr West here, Principal at Templemore High School with our weekly update on all matters Templemore. This is our virtual assembly that we try and do every week to try and give you a bit of a contact with the school and give you a kind of update of some things that might be of interest to you. Okay, so thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it, those people that tune in every Friday. Right, first thing I need to say is thank you to parents. We've had a number of really positive emails sent through to myself and to other colleagues, just thanking us for all the efforts that we've put into the remote learning offer and the communications hub. So thank you for those letters and emails of support. I really do appreciate it. I will do my best to reply to as many of those as I can. Please bear with me. You can appreciate it's really busy at the minute, so I will get to them, I promise you, and I really do appreciate the efforts you've gone to contact us. And I do read them to staff, giving them a kind of a confidence boost to kind of G them up and say, look, everything's worth it. We are going the right direction. So I do read them all to staff, and I do that in a briefing just before this is released. So that's what I do on a Friday afternoon. So thank you for that. Also, a big thank you to all those students that have participated so positively in live lessons, particularly in the last week. As you know, I drop into lessons now and again to kind of see the kind of work you're doing, and it's brilliant. The way you operate with each other, the way you work with the teacher is great. So really thank you for that. Last week I mentioned that there was a few behaviour issues with some individuals. We've tackled most of those, and we'll be tackling more of those because we don't want those that are doing the right thing, we don't want your work spoilt. So we're on to them, and there'll be a change to the behaviour policy accordingly. Okay. Next message is for those families that whose child has special educational needs. We know that you are struggling more than most families at this time in terms of engaging your child with learning. So we're going to do a little bit of work with you at family level. We'll do some virtual workshops. Ms McAndrew will be in touch with you in due course, and we'll try and help you as much as we possibly can. We've put some additional support on the website to try and help you, which is around medical, emotional and pastoral support. There's a link on the website in the pop-up banner on the homepage if you look for that. And also there's a separate section. It's in the section that's under the students section, which is students/parents/carers/send. If you look under there, there's some other information in there that will help you to support your child through the pandemic. So look out for that. I thanked students for their participation and their positivity during lessons this week, and again we're rewarding those that have completed 100% of their work for 100% of submission rates, and also we've got some other curriculum spot prizes or spot awards, should we say. So those £10 Amazon vouchers have gone out this week, so congratulations to all those students that have won one of those. Very well deserved. I also want to highlight 3 students really who have worked outstandingly in Miss Yazine's Year 11 geography lesson this week. So Gracie, well done for producing some brilliant independent work. Miss was really impressed with you. Ella, some excellent organisation, and Amma for some good participation in live lessons. Okay, so well done to all 3 of you. Right. I just want to draw your attention to some work that the English team have done. So the English department, this is for Year 11 GCSE students, but if you're in Year 9, you might want to get involved with this, and you might want to contact your teacher and find out about this, which is that the English team have done a DNA team's performance. Now the DNA play is a text that you have to study as part of that qualification. And they've done a fantastic performance, almost Oscar-winning performance, almost Oscar standard, I have to say. Who am I to judge? And I just think it's really interesting to see your teachers in a different light working together in that way. Now, I know a lot of you have already watched that video, but if you get a chance, can you have a look at that again? And if you haven't, get in touch with your English teacher and have a look at that video. It's brilliant. On the topic of teachers and videos, the PE team have been producing some fitness videos. Okay, so we all know about Joe Wicks, the nation's PE teacher. He isn't. Okay, don't let him con you. Right, he's not a PE teacher. But Joe Wicks has done really well. But we're not bothered about him because we've got Mr. Barrett. Okay, Mr. Barrett has done some fantastic fitness videos, and I know a lot of you have been taking part in those. And some of the other PE staff will be doing videos this week to try and get you away from the screens and taking part in some activities in the home, and helping you to try and stay fit physically and mentally. So if you see those videos, please make sure you take part in those. Why wouldn't you? Okay, you can't stare at the screen all day, as I tried to do yesterday for 8 hours. It is tough. Okay, try and get some exercise. Have a look out for those videos. Mr. Barrett is the new Joe Wicks. All right, so good luck to him. Right, I'm going to talk to you about this for parents and obviously students, but mainly parents. We write to you throughout the year with to kind of update you on your child's progress, so you get a kind of a progress report. Now, as you can appreciate, it's very difficult to evaluate or assess your child's progress and attainment when we've got this remote learning situation that we inhabit. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus next term on the qualities grades. So the qualities grades will look at how your child, it's for years 7 to 11, how your child has engaged with the remote learning offer, how they've worked on the homework, and obviously the quality of that remote learning, and also the qualities in general, you know, that how much resilience they've shown, are they a critical thinker, do they seek challenge, etc. So that's what we're going to focus on in the next half term. When we get to half term 5, we're going to do some more formal assessments. So what we want to do is hopefully the school will be open at that point, and once the children are settled in and the students are settled into a normal routine, we can do some formal assessments. And once we've done those, then we can share them with you into half term 6 towards the summer. So please look out for those, but we just don't have that information at the minute. Running alongside that, we're going to do some parent-teacher consultations or parents' evenings, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to do those virtually. More details will follow about how that's going to work in the next half term or so. Again, we'll try and do that when the children are settled in, but we will have some form of form tutor contact with you. We'll be able to meet the form tutor and have a conversation about your child's development and your child's progress over time. But just to kind of give you in 2 sections there, the first section will be around attitudes and engagement with learning, and then later on we'll do more formal assessment when we've had time for the children to demonstrate what they've learned when they're actually back in school. Okay. Can I draw your attention to class charts? Okay, every Friday your phase leader will leave a message on class charts for you. So can you please have a look at that? There's some really interesting information in there, stuff that's relevant for you. So can you look at that message today if you get a chance? Thank you. Right. And now I'm going to mention year 11 and 13, and it kind of affects year 10 and 12. You'll understand this in a minute, but specifically 11s and 13s. This is about assessments and examinations. Right. Examinations are definitely not going to happen as we know them in the summer. We know that. 10s and 12s, we don't know what's going to happen next year. We think exams will be back, but we'll see. The centre assessed grades that we produced last year for last year's cohorts, that's last year's year 11 and 13, those centre assessed grades were predictions, okay? They were forecasts. So the teachers were asked to predict forward about what you would have got if things had been normal and you'd had a really good run at things and if everything had been all right. Now, I've said this before, but I'm going to reiterate it, and you might hear me say it every single week. That was a forecast, and that was last year. And of course, then we went through all that rigmarole during the summer holidays about what was a grade and what wasn't a grade, and in the end, they just scrapped it all. Okay, it was an absolute mess. That's not political, that's just how it was. Okay. This year, it's not going to be a prediction. Okay, at this point, it will not be a prediction. Now, why is that important to remember? Because it means that you will be assigned a grade based on what you know now. All right? So it's really important that you continue to work at home to the best of your ability. When you come back into school, you'll be the first groups back. Okay, years 11 and 13 will be first groups back, and you'll have chance to work together, okay, and try and come up with some meaningful evidence that my staff can then make shape up a grade that will go through to the exam boards. Okay, but it is not a prediction, so it's going to be on current attainment. So it's really absolutely critical that you continue to work now. And I know that 13s are working really hard. I know that 12s are working really hard. I know 10s are. 11s, you need to do some more work, because if you want to go on to post-16 and you want to go and get apprenticeship or employment or whatever it might be, okay, it's really important that you get those grades that you need to move on to whatever you choose to go on to. Remember, it's not a focus or a prediction. You need to do the work now. The more you can do now, the better. If you're struggling with that work, Get in touch with your teachers and we'll support you the best way we can. Okay? Right. Next week, there'll be no assembly because it'll be half term on a Friday. And just so we're clear, there'll be no expectations to complete work over February half term. If you choose to do that, that's fine. What I would suggest is if you really want to work over half term and catch up with work, get in touch with your teacher now the next few days and find out what you can do to help you over that period of time. My advice is to get a break from school, been a really intense half term for all kinds of reasons that we know, and get some time away from the screens, have some time with your family and get some fresh air. Okay, that's my advice, but I know some of you are really diligent and you want to continue to work, and that's fine. Okay, you can do that. Work with your teachers, please. Right. That's it for now. If something significant comes up in the next few days, obviously I'll write to parents and I'll write to students, and you'll receive a letter or a message via the app. I think it might snow again next week, so I'll look forward to the night before that and worry about that then. If anything else hugely significant comes up, for example, details around examinations for the summer, sorry, not examinations, the assessments and the grades that will form those grades, comes out in the next week, I will do a video, but it's unlikely at this point. Okay, so in the meantime, I wish you well. Thank you for all your efforts this week, and I wish you a really relaxing half term. Please get away from those screens, and I'll see you again soon. All the best. Bye for now.